Thank you once again for joining us on our series of videos regarding the unique opportunities and unique aspects of 5G. Bill, on our last conversation, you were good enough to go pretty in depth into the logistics of establishing the network. So we covered the whole idea of the towers. We talked about the fire hydrant analogy, where you're going to need to have more equipment to get this signal that's 20 times faster
Exactly.
to the end user, so to speak.
Right.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about who some of those end users are. I think you mentioned a couple of unique things that are beyond what you and I think of, just as far as getting our movies faster, or maybe something on my cell phone a little bit faster. There's some other interesting applications there.
Sure.
Tell me about that.
Ray, absolutely. The whole idea is once you capture the signal and you get it to the building, then you have to get it inside the building, and you got to get it to the shop floor.
Okay, so once again, you were talking before, because 5G, it's bouncing off the buildings more than going through the buildings, unlike
That's
4G.
exactly right.
Okay.
So once you get it in the building, now there's also dead zones. Let's say you've got a big manufacturing line, say it's a big automobile manufacturer. So you've got robotic equipment that's being controlled through this 5G network, and you have to make sure that you've got all the various components in your local area network set up so that these machines can go at a higher rate because they've got more intelligence now and they can be more standalone, and so it has a huge impact on your efficiency in your shop,
Okay,
whatever
so
that shop may be.
all right, so I'm going to think of what I know, which is, if I got a Wi-Fi signal coming into my house,
Sure.
and there's a few rooms that it doesn't come in, maybe down the basement doesn't
That's
come in
right.
so great, so I put a booster in my house.
Exactly
So you're saying
right.
the same thing on a
It's
shop,
exact same
manufacturing
thing.
facility.
Absolutely true.
Okay.
And so your Wi-Fi, your routers, all that, you're going to have new routers. They're going to all be 5G compatible.
So now we're back to additional equipment again.
That's more equipment. You got it.
Okay.
And it's not only the routers; it's the chips that are inside all of this, and the chips that are inside your smartphone.
Okay, so if I'm looking at a manufacturing facility, I'm betting I got to have some serious redundancy here as well, because I'll pay a couple extra bucks for a router for a better network, just so my line doesn't go down, right?
Exactly right. Now, on top of that, what you've got is a huge data storage opportunity, because now everything's going to the cloud.
Okay.
So this whole cloud concept comes into play because now you're capturing more data in your operation, and now you're doing things that you could never do before. And whether it's medicine, whether it's building cars, or whatever it is.
So it has all kinds of impacts on that supply chain, whatever the supply chain is.
The whole supply chain changes, and the whole thing has to be configured and engineered. And so from an opportunity standpoint, from an investment standpoint, you've got huge data storage requirements, you've got huge consulting, engineering requirements, which is going to drive more revenue into these companies. And that's going to be done regardless, because in a competitive environment, everybody's going to want to get there the fastest, the best, and the cheapest. So you can bet that in this race, the ones that get there first are the ones that are going to reap the rewards.
Interesting.
So,
Thank you.
okay, you're
Good
welcome,
stuff.
Ray.
Appreciate it.